The year is 1962. The Second World War, or the European War as it is now known, ended almost 2 decades ago. Victory belonged to the Third Reich. Their triumph, however, was a Pyrrhic one, achieved at the cost of millions of lives and the death of freedom itself. Europe, once a tapestry of vibrant cultures and proud nations, now cowers under the jackboot of Nazi rule. From the English Channel to the Ural Mountains, the swastika casts a long and ominous shadow. The United States, its spirit broken by years of economic sanctions and the constant threat of attack, has retreated into isolation. The arsenal of democracy has fallen silent, leaving the oppressed masses of the world to their fate. This is a world where hope is a dangerous whisper, where the Gestapo casts a watchful eye on every corner, where the stench of fear and oppression permeates the very air we breathe. Berlin, the Nazi capital, is a monument to Aryan supremacy. Wide avenues lined with imposing buildings and adorned with banners bearing the swastika serve as a constant reminder of the regime's power. But beneath this facade of order and grandeur lies a brutal reality. The Holocaust, far from being a tragic footnote in history, continues unabated. Concentration camps transformed into sprawling death factories dot the landscape, processing millions of victims, Jews, Roma, political dissidents, with chilling efficiency. The lucky ones merely toil as slaves, building the Reich's new world order, their lives forfeit to the whims of their Nazi overlords. The United States, once a beacon of liberty, now exists in a state of uneasy peace with the Reich. Crippled by the Great Depression and the fear of another devastating war, the American people turned inward. Isolationism became the order of the day. The US government, under pressure from a populace weary of conflict, signed a non-aggression pact with Hitler, effectively abandoning its former allies to their fate. America may have avoided war, but at what cost? The country's soul, its commitment to freedom and democracy, has been tarnished, its moral compass shattered. Section 4. The spoils of a hateful victory. With Europe under its control, the Nazi war machine turned its attention to Africa and Asia. The quest for Lebensraum, living space, knew no bounds. Across the vast expanse of these continents, the Nazis implemented their twisted vision of racial hierarchy. Indigenous populations were subjugated, their lands seized, their resources plundered to feed the insatiable appetite of the Reich. From the diamond mines of South Africa to the rubber plantations of Southeast Asia, the cries of the oppressed echoed unheard, drowned out by the jackboots of Nazi soldiers and the crack of their whips. Section 5. A flicker in the abyss. Despite the suffocating grip of Nazi tyranny, the spirit of resistance flickers. In the shadows of this dystopian world, brave men and women whisper of freedom, their hopes fueled by whispered stories of a better time. In the ruins of bombed-out cities and the depths of the forests, they operate printing clandestine leaflets, sabotaging Nazi infrastructure, and transmitting messages of hope to the outside world. Their struggle is a desperate one, fraught with danger at every turn. The Gestapo, ever vigilant, hunts them relentlessly, crushing any hint of dissent with brutal efficiency. But even in the face of such overwhelming odds, the resistance fighters cling to the belief that one day the darkness will lift and the world will be free once more.